Hi Gloria.
Hi Sandro.
Nice to meet you in Zug.
Yes, my hometown now.
You live here for a while already?
Well, I will briefly just a little bit of my history because I come originally from Guatemala.
Yeah.
I arrived here in Switzerland 21 years ago. I work in a green coffee trading company and I work in the quality department, and that has been my job since the beginning, and that's how I ended up here in Switzerland, collaborating with the association here in Switzerland for 15 years already, I think. So, and since 3 years I'm the national coordinator of the Swiss SCA Association.
So what exactly is the SCA and what does it stand for?
Okay, the SCA is the abbreviation for Specialty Coffee Association, right? And this association is the biggest global trading association, and it was founded in 2017, or at least as we know it now as the big international association. However, the history of this association goes back a few decades, because it started with the association founded in the USA that was called the Specialty Coffee Association of America, and was founded in 1982, if I remember correctly. And well, it was a small group of people interested in, let's say, discussing about the topics of the specialty coffee trade. And over time, this association grew a lot. And some years later, in 1998, the Specialty Coffee Association of Europe was founded. So they were operating regionally until, let's say, in 2017, the organizations decided to merge, and that is the organization we know now.
What excites you the most about the Swiss coffee scene?
I have been able to see the development in Switzerland, and I mean, in general, Switzerland plays an important role for the coffee trade, right? Has been a trading center for green coffee, right? So it has always been relevant. However,
so all the green coffee is traded through Switzerland, or part of it?
Part of it, but big part of it.
Okay.
And a lot of the trading companies have offices in Switzerland, so let's say a lot of the negotiations go through Switzerland.
Okay.
Right? Yeah?
Okay.
And I mean, considering that it's a small country, Swiss people drink a lot of coffee, right? So I have to check the number of the per capita consumption yearly, but it's one of the top.
Okay.
But in the specialty coffee segment, I can say that Switzerland, or in general Europe, started a little bit later compared to other countries. Right? I think in the northern part of Europe, the development of the specialty coffee scene was much earlier than here. However, when it started here, it kept evolving very fast, and now what is fascinating is that we really have a very strong, first of all, community, and a lot of new companies, roasteries, coffee shops,
popping up
everywhere. And I mean, we can proudly say that Switzerland has earned its place on the specialty coffee map.
It's slowly coming to a good place.
It's slowly coming to a good place, and not only for the companies that we have or that are popping up, but we have also a lot of world champions now, or people that competitors that competed and have performed very well at the world competitions, and that of course draws the attention to our small country. So and we have a really vibrant community, and a tight community that really cooperates and contributes to the general growth.
How do you feel about coffee crème?
About coffee crème. You know, for me, it was not really clear in the beginning
what it is.
Yeah, I thought it was just a long coffee, right? Yeah. I never added the cream.
Okay.
So, you know, what can I say? It's if some people like it, I mean, why not? For me, the important thing is that we can use good high quality ingredients, so to make the experience that pleasant.
Or however you want to drink it.
However you want to drink it. Yeah, I mean, and I mean, of course, there are techniques that the technique can be improved in order to make a better extraction and to have a high quality product in the end. So of course there is room for improvement there.
This is the main goal of the SCA Switzerland.
Well, our mission is really to promote, let's say, coffee excellence, and that means in a broad way. I mean, bringing education, I mean through communication and education, but also supporting our community and the industry with work done in innovation and research. And by coffee excellence, I mean that it's not only about delivering a good cup of coffee, but it involves also like the service and everything, every step that brings us to that final product, right?
Like that's the main goal, to have a happy customer?
Well, yes, happy customer, but also creating awareness about the different qualities that exist and what is good. And we only will achieve that through education and through really communication, because otherwise if you are not aware of the different products that you can choose from,
you don't know
how to choose the best one for you, right? So the education and communication work is really important to create this awareness. I mean, at the end, the final customer is the one that is going to, let's say, pay for the product, and that is the one. This reward is going to be transferred to the other people that were involved in the process, and goes back to the farmer. So it's about
the whole chain,
rewarding the efforts done through the whole value chain.
But what is a good cup of coffee for you then, if you're so much into quality?
Well, I mean, I am familiar with all different flavor profiles from all countries, and I have learned to really appreciate the different flavor profiles that go from, I don't know, maybe it's a very, let's say, simple nutty chocolatey coffee to a fruity, acidic or funky flavor. I really don't have a specific preference for any of those. I have my very personal one, but in general, I enjoy drinking the diversity, right? And when it comes to quality, it is let's say a very complex topic, because at the end, quality might be something very personal because it's what you like most. But in my job as a quality controller, I look into how the process, how the coffee was processed, and what is the effect in the flavor. So my job, or what I consider a good quality, is the result of a good process where no mistakes happened. So that is what I look at.
So it's not the taste; it's really the
result of the process.
Result of the process.
Because if mistakes happen during the processing, that will be reflected in undesirable flavors in the cup. So.
And if you taste the coffee, you know where it comes from.
In some cases, yes. Some origins have very distinctive characteristics due to different growing conditions, so one can recognize them. But not everything. It's like, and mainly now with the new processing techniques, it makes it a little bit more difficult to
see where the flavors come from. What role do all the different competitions play for the community and the SCA?
You know, competitions have played a very important role in the development of the specialty coffee scene everywhere. Because they have offered a platform for the different, let's say, professions within the coffee industry to show themselves and to show their skills.
Yeah.
And of course, this the work frame, those are the rules, right? Give us some, let's say, guidelines on what is like expected from specific professions in the industry, and that has, let's say, inspired, motivated different people to, first of all, develop their skills.
I think that's one of the most
important ones, yeah?
Yeah.
Developing the skills and, like, say, pushing the limits, also bringing themselves to the limit.
Yes,
yeah.
also.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also it's a platform where people can bring new ideas. You know?
Yeah.
And I've seen that throughout the years, that maybe some ideas that have been presented on the stage might not be our a good example of our daily work at a coffee shop or at a roastery. However, it's food for thought.
Yeah.
You know,
It brings new ideas.
It brings new ideas, and that has really pushed the whole industry to develop new things. And we see how the coffee is now. If I look back 20 years back, when I was telling you about like coffee flavors, there was no coffee profiles. There were no coffee profiles like that.
Yeah.
And now we can talk about like the different flavor profiles that exist in coffee. I mean, customers are now more aware of what happens with coffee, not only flavors, but the whole process and the effort that farmers goes into the whole thing, and the appreciation, right? So it's and of course all this communication work that we do through not only education but through these competitions and events have helped us to create that awareness within consumers so that they appreciate the product. And you see, we can say thanks that our product has been crisis resistant. Yeah?
So far, yes.
So far, yes. I mean, everybody still likes to drink coffee, and it's like a little luxury that they still want to pay for.
Do you think in Switzerland more people could compete, or is there like enough competitors always every year?
I really would like to see more competitors.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think we have a lot of businesses now, small businesses, coffee shops, roasteries. So that means there's a lot of people involved in the industry activities.
Yeah.
So that means that we could have more people in the competitions. I think that some people might be, I don't know, maybe scared or are not, don't know exactly what it is about or the benefits that the competitions bring. Not only individually, but in general to the development of the business.
Also, I think it's not about, like, winning is nice, but the whole journey is much more worth than the competition itself, right? I think it's just those 10 minutes or 15 minutes on stage that is just all the work you did to come to this point, which is a long journey. And you learn so much during that, and then also meet all those people, and I think it helps a lot too. I mean, it has a lot of benefits, and like you say, and that's also the message I really try to convey. I mean, winning is nice, but it's not always the main goal, right? You know, the whole process is very valuable. Right? I mean, what you learn not only about yourself but about the different aspects in the industry, and the people you meet along the way, right? It's networking. I think that is one of the most important things, because that's what helps us to build a community, right? That is true.
And I guess, me or like you, now whenever you travel to any country in the world, you know someone. You know someone. You can go and have a coffee with someone.
Especially if you were at the World Championships competing. Like, there's so many people you meet, and you don't even have to win or come into the finals, and you still have those connections.
I'm grateful to work in such an industry where we have a very friendly community. And where I think that sometimes like it's very difficult to set a boundary between what's work and then what's the private.
That's true.
Sometimes combined.
Thank you.
Thank you.